Hello guys! I am Junina Vialvenja from grade 7 Courage. For today's video, I'm gonna teach you the use of hardware tools in computer. So let's start! Hardware tools are grouped into 4 categories. These are electrostatic discharge tools, hand tools, cleaning tools, and diagnostic tools. The first one is electrostatic discharge tools. There are 2 examples of electrostatic discharge tools. The first one is anti-static wrist strap, used to prevent ESD damage to computer equipment, and anti-static mat, used to stand on or place hardware on to prevent static electricity from building up. Second, hand tool. Hand tool is a device for performing work on a material or a physical system using only hands. These are the examples of hand tools. Flathead screwdriver, used to loosen or tighten slotted screws. Phillips head screwdriver, used to loosen or tighten cross-head screws. Torque screwdriver, used to loosen or tighten screws that have a star-like depression on top. Hex driver, sometimes called a nut driver. It is used to tighten nuts in the same way that a screwdriver tightens screws. Needle nose plier, used to hold small parts, sometimes called long nose. Wire cutter, used to strip and cut wires. Tweezers, used to manipulate small parts. Part retriever, used to retrieve parts from locations that are too small for your hand to fit. And last, flashlight. It is used to light up areas that you cannot see well. Third, cleaning tools. Having the appropriate cleaning tools is essential when maintaining or repairing computers. These are the examples. Lint-free cloth, used to clean different computer components without scratching or leaving debris. Compressed air, used to blow away dust and debris from different computer parts without touching the component. Cable ties, used to bundle cables neatly inside and outside of a computer. Parts organizer, used to hold screws, jumpers, fasteners, and other small parts and prevent them from getting mixed together. And last, diagnostic tools. Computers are easier to use and more dependable with each new generation of hardware and operating system update. But that doesn't mean they're problem-free. Here's the most popular tools for diagnosing your computer problems. Multimeter, used to test the integrity of circuits and the quality of electricity in computer components. Loopback adapter, used to test the functionality of computer parts. To complete hardware repairs, it is important to have a toolkit that should contain all of the necessary tools. Thanks for watching! Bye-bye! See you on my next vlog!
Hello everyone! Hello everyone, I'm Dani Bakay from grade 7 Norwegian. Our topic for today is all about the different kinds of tools. So, what are those tools? But first, we need to prioritize our safety when it comes to handling these tools. So we need to follow the Environmental Safety and Health Program. And what are those? Number 1, all tools be kept in good condition with regular maintenance. Number 2, the right tool be used for the job. Number 3, each tool be examined before use and damaged or defective tools not to be used. Number 4, tools be operated according to manufacturer's instructions. And for the last, the right protective equipment for the tool and activity.
Marquez from grade 7 regular obedience. And our
subject for today
is computer. Let's start with the screws. Here's the picture of the screws. Let me explain the screws. Match each screw with a proper screwdriver. Place the tip of the screwdriver on the head of the screw. Turn the screwdriver clockwise to tighten the screw and counterclockwise to loosen the screw. Screws can become stripped if you over-tighten them with a screwdriver. A stripped screw may get stuck in the screw hole or may not tighten firmly. Discard stripped screws. And our second is flathead screwdriver. Here's the picture of this flathead screwdriver. Use a flathead screwdriver when you are working with a slotted screw. Do not use a flathead screwdriver to remove a Phillips head screw. Never use a screwdriver as a pry bar. If you cannot remove a component, check to see if there's a clip or latch that is securing the component in place. Caution! If excessive force is needed to remove or add a component, something is probably wrong. Take a second look to make sure that you have not missed a screw or a locking clip that is holding the component in place. Refer to the device manual or diagram for additional information. And our third one is Phillips head screwdriver. This is the picture of the Phillips head screwdriver. Use a Phillips head screwdriver with crosshead screws. Do not use this type of screwdriver to puncture anything. This will damage the head of the screwdriver. And our fourth one is hex driver. Here's the picture of the hex driver. Okay. Use a hex driver to loosen and tighten bolts that have hexagonal six-sided head. Hex bolts should not be over-tightened because the size of the bolts that can be stripped. Do not use the hex driver that is too large for the bolt that you are using. Question. Some tools are magnetized. When working around electronic devices, be sure that the tools you are using have not been magnetized. Magnetic fields can be harmful to the data stored on magnetic media. Test your tool by touching the tool with a screw. If the screw is attracted to the tool, do not use the tool. Our fifth one is the part retriever, needle nose pliers or tweezers. Here's the pictures of the part retriever, needle nose pliers or tweezers. Okay. The part retriever, needle nose pliers, and tweezers can be used to place and retrieve parts that may be hard to reach with your fingers. Do not scratch or hit any components when using these tools. Caution! Pencils should not be used inside the computer to change the setting of switches or to pry off jumpers. The pencil lead can act as a conductor and may damage the computer components. Alright, that's it for today's video. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you like it. And I hope you enjoy. And again, I am Arnel&Francis Marquez from grade 7 regular obedience. Thank you guys. And goodbye.
My name is Arnel&Francis from grade 7 STE, and we're going to be talking about hardware tools. It is important to have a toolkit that should contain all of the necessary tools. Hardware tools are grouped into 4 categories. The categories are ESD tools or electrostatic discharge, hand tools, cleaning tools, and diagnostic tools. And for today, we're gonna be talking about hand tools. Hand tool is a device for performing work on a material or a physical system using only hands. The hand tools can be manually used employing force or electric powered using electric current. This is a manual screwdriver. It is used manually by hand. So, yeah. And this is used by electricity. Yeah. There are 4 types of screwdrivers: the Phillips head screwdriver, the flathead screwdriver, the Torx screwdriver, and the hex screwdriver. The flathead screwdriver is used to tighten or loosen slotted screws. This is the example of a flathead screwdriver. It has different sizes. Next is the Phillips head screwdriver. It is used to tighten or loosen crosshead screws. This is the example of Phillips screwdriver. There's also different sizes. Next is the Torx screwdriver. It is used to tighten or loosen screws that have a star-like depression on the top, a feature that is mainly found on laptops. This is the Torx screwdriver. It has a star-like on the top. Next is the hex screwdriver, or sometimes called as a nut driver. It is used to tighten nuts, like a screwdriver would tighten screws. This is the hex screwdriver. Hex screwdriver. Now let's discuss the other kinds of hand tools. Needle nose pliers. It is used to hold small parts. Tweezers, used to manipulate small parts. Wire cutter, used to strip wires. Part retriever, used to retrieve parts from locations that are too small for your hands to fit. Flashlight, used to light up areas that you cannot see well. That's all for today's video. Bye guys!
Hi everyone, today we're gonna talk about computer hardware servicing. First is hand tools. A hand tool is a device for performing work on a material or physical system only using hands. First, flathead screwdriver, used to loosen or tighten slotted screws. Second, Phillips screwdriver, used to loosen or tighten crosshead screws. Torx screwdriver, used to loosen or tighten screws that have a star-like depression on the top, a feature that is mainly found on laptops. Hex driver, sometimes called a nut driver, is used to tighten nuts in the same way that screwdriver tightens screws. Needle nose filer, used to hold small parts. Wire cutter, used to strip and cut wires. Tweezer, used to manipulate small parts. Part retriever, used to retrieve parts from locations that are too small for your hand to fit. Flashlight, used to light up areas that you cannot see well. Cleaning tools. Having appropriate cleaning tools is essential when maintaining or repairing computers. Lint-free cloth, used to clean different computers components without scratching or leaving debris. Compressed air, used to blow away dust and debris from different computer parts without touching or the components. Cable ties, used to bundle cable neatly inside and outside of a computer. Parts organizer, used to hold screws, jumper, fasteners, and other small parts and prevent them from getting mixed together. Diagnostic tools. Computers are erased to use and more dependable with each new generation of hardware and operating system updates, but that doesn't mean they're problem-free. Multimeter, used to test the integrity of circuits and the quality of electricity in computer components. Loopback, adapter, used to test the functionality of computer. Electrostatic discharge. Static electric is easily generated by friction on carpet, tile, floor, floating hair, fabric, and etc. Anti-static discharge, used to prevent ESD damage to computer equipment. Anti-static mat, used to stand on or place hardware on to prevent static electricity from building up. That's all. Thank you.
Hello, Sir Arnel. My name is Charmaine. I'm the Kanay. I'm from grade 7 State College, and this is my performance task in computer. Proper tool selection. A tool is a handheld device that aids in accomplishing tasks. Tools range from a traditional metal cutting from a machine to an element of a computer program that activates and controls a particular function. Preparing for a task to undertaken includes proper tool selection. Number 1. How do you select the best tool for a job? First, know the understand in a detail the scope of a work to be accomplished. Second, plan for the scope taking into account the sequence of a task. Number 2. Selecting the best tool for each task requires training in the proper use of the tool, skilled experience in the safe use, and following the facilitators' guidance and instruction for the special tools. Number 3. When obtaining the tool, all the associated tooling and consumable parts as recommended by the manufacturer must be included. In addition, related consumable parts must also be selected and used according to their manufacturer's instructions. Electronic static discharge. Number 1. Anti-static restrap, used to prevent SDE damage to computer equipment. Number 2. Anti-static mat, used to stand on or replace hardware on to prevent static electricity from building up. Hand tools. Flathead screwdriver, used to loosen or tighten a slotted screw. Phillips head screwdriver, used to loosen or tighten crosshead screw. Torx screwdriver, used to loosen or tighten screws that have a star-like depression on the top, a feature that is mainly found on a laptop. Hex driver, sometimes called a nut driver, is used to tighten nuts in the same ways that a screwdriver tightens screw. Needle nose plier, used to hold small parts. Wire cutter, used to strip and cut wires. Tweezer, used to manipulate small parts. Part retriever, used to retrieve parts from locations that are too small from your hand to fit. Flashlight, used to light up areas that you cannot see well. Cleaning tools. Lint-free cloth, used to clean different computer components without scratching or leaving debris. Compressed air, used to blow away dust and debris from different computer parts without touching the components. Cable ties, used to bundle cables neatly inside and outside of a computer. Part organizer, used to hold screw, jumpers, fasteners, and other small parts and prevent them from getting mixed together. Multimeter,
used to test the integrity of circuits and the quality of electricity in computer components. Loopback adapter, used to test the functionality of computer parts. And that's the computer hardware serving. Thank you for watching.
This is my presentation for our computer subject. In my presentation po, I will be going over our tools for fixing and cleaning our laptops and computers. First, we have the anti-static wrist strap. This is used to prevent ESD damage to our computer equipment. Second, we have the anti-static mat. It is used to stand on or place our hardware on top of to prevent static electricity from building up. These tools are called electrostatic discharge tools, or in short, ESD tools. Now we are gonna move on to the screwdrivers and other tools for repairing and fixing our computers. The tools I'm gonna mention are called hand tools like screwdrivers. First, we have the flathead screwdriver. These are used to loosen or tighten slotted screws. Second, we have the Phillips screwdriver, used to tighten or loosen crosshead screws. Third, we have the Torx screwdriver. It is used to loosen or tighten screws that have a star-like depression on the top. This feature is mainly seen on laptops. Fourth, we have the hex driver, sometimes called the nut driver, and it is used to tighten nuts in the same way a screwdriver tightens screws. Fifth, we have the needle nose plier, used to hold small parts. Sixth, we have wire cutters used to strip and cut wires. Seventh, we have the tweezers. These are used to manipulate small parts. Eighth, we have the part retriever. It is used to retrieve parts from tight spaces and small places that are too small for our hands to fit in. Ninth, we have the flashlight, used to light up areas that we cannot see. Now we are gonna move on to the cleaning tools.
Lint-free cloth. It is used to clean different computers such as laptops and other electronics without leaving scratches or debris. Second, we have compressed air. It is used to blow away dust and debris from the different computer parts without touching them and can be used on computer parts. Third, we have the cable ties. Can be used to bundle up cables neatly inside and outside of the computer. Fourth, we have the parts organizer, used to hold screws, jumpers, fasteners, and other small parts to prevent them from getting mixed up together. Now we're gonna move on to the diagnostic tools. First, we have the multimeter, used to test the integrity of the circuits and the quality of electricity in the computer components. And lastly, we have a loopback adapter. It is used to test the functionality of computer parts. Thank you po, Sir Arnel. This is my presentation for computer. I hope you like it po.
I'm representing the proper tool selection. A tool is a hand-led device that aids in accomplishing tasks. Tools range from a traditional metal cutting part of a machine to an element of a computer program that activates and controls a particular function. Preparing for the task to be undertaken includes proper tool selection. How do you select the best tool for the job? First, know and understand in detail the scope of work to be accomplished. Second, plan for the scope taking into account the sequence of tasks. Number 2, selecting the best tool for each task requires training in the proper use of tools. With experience in the safe use and following the manufacturer's guidance and instructions for the specific tools. Number 3, when obtaining the tool, all the associated tools and consumable parts as recommended by the manufacturer must be included. In addition, related consumable parts must also be selected and used according to their manufacturer instructions. Safe use of tools. Once selected, use a tool of the purpose of which it was designed. Not all tools come with detailed instructions, but there are those that displays out the safety. Those and don't for your safety. If there's a set up or use options, operators' judgments must always be based on what is the safest way to use the tools. Environmental safety and health program requires the following. Number 1. All tools be kept in good condition with regular maintenance. Number 2. The right tool be used for the job. Number 3. Each tool be examined before use and damage or detective tools that be used. Number 4. Tools be operated according to the manufacturer's instructions. Number 5. The right protective equipment for the tool and activity be used. Hardware tools. To complete hardware repairs, it is important to have a toolkit that should contain all of the necessary tools. As you gain experience, you will learn which tools have available for different types of job. Hardware tools are grouped into these 4 categories. Electrostatic discharge or ESD tools, hand tools, cleaning tools, and diagnostic tools. Electrostatic discharge ESD tools, static electricity is easily generated by friction or carpets, tile flooring, clothing, hair, or fabric, and etc. The friction of moving air along with charged suspended particles and cause the buildup of static electrical charge on people and objects environment. Ground and anti-static work mats used will be anti-static grease trap provide the most basic means of the controlled discharge of electrostatic electricity. Example of ESD tools. Anti-static grease trap used to prevent ESD damage to computer equipment. Anti-static mat used to stand or place hardware and prevent static electricity from hand tools. A hand tool is a device for performing in a material or a physical system using only hands. The hand tools can be manually used employing force or electrically powered using electrical current. Example of hand tools. Flathead screwdriver used to loosen or tighten slotted screws. Phillips head screwdriver used to loosen or tighten Screws head screws. Torque screwdriver used to loosen or tighten screws that have starlight depression at the top, a feature that is mainly found on laptop. Hex driver, sometimes called a nut driver, is used to tighten nuts in the same way that screwdriver tightens screws. Needle nose plier, used to hold small parts. Wire cutter, used to strip and cut wires. Tweezers, used to manipulate small parts. Part retriever, used to retrieve parts of location that are too small for hand to fit. Flashlight, used to light up areas that you cannot see well. Cleaning tools. Having the appropriate cleaning tools is essential when maintaining or preparing computers. Using these tools ensures that computer components are not damaged during cleaning. Examples: lint flake cloth, used to clean different computer without components, without scratching or leaving debris. Compressed air, used to blow away dust and debris from different computer parts without touching the components. Cable ties, used to bundle cables neatly inside and outside of a computer. Parts organizer, used to hold screw, jumpers, fasteners, and other small parts and prevent them from getting mixed together. Diagnostic tools. Computer are easier to weigh and more dependable with each new generation of hardware and operating system update. But that doesn't mean they're problem-free. Here's the most popular tools for diagnosing your computer problems. Multimeter, used to test the integrity of circuits and the quality of electricity and computer components. Lookback adapter, used to test the functionality of computer ports.
Hello, I am Eunice at 1 grade 7 college, and this is my performance task in computing. The proper ways of using tools. So let's begin with the electrostatic discharge tools. Anti-static wrist strap. First, wrap the strap around your wrist and secure it using the snap or Velcro. The metal on the back of the wrist strap must remain in contact with your skin at all times. Second, snap the connector. The end of the wire to the wrist strap and connect the other end either to the equipment or to the same grounding point that the anti-static mat is connected to. The metal skeleton of the case is a good place to connect the wire. When connecting the wire to equipment that you are working on, choose an unpainted metal surface. A painted surface does not conduct the electricity as well as unpainted metal. Anti-static mat. First, lay the mat on the workspace next to or under the case. The mat needs to provide a grounded surface on which you can place parts as you remove them from the system. Let's go with the hand tools. Flathead screwdriver. Choose the right screwdriver for the task. Ensure the screwdriver fits the fastener. Slide the flathead tip into the fastener slot. Turn clockwise to tighten the fastener and turn counterclockwise to loosen the fastener. Phillips head screwdriver. Always align the screwdriver shaft with the screw. After doing this, apply the forward force to the screw with the help of a screwdriver. You need to rotate the screwdriver in a clockwise direction to install the screwdriver in an anti-clockwise direction to remove the screw. Torx screwdriver. Purchase Chapman Meeting Master set. Determine the screw type. Determine the screw size. Choose your tools. Apply gentle pressure and turn your tool clockwise to tighten, counterclockwise to loosen. Hex drive. You can only use hex driver when the balls is hexagonal, 6-sided head. Hex balls should not be over-tightened because the threads of the ball can be stripped. Needle nose pliers. When working with these, the handle should be gripped tightly yet apply gentle force. They are not solid hard enough. Large hardness required and they are not used on light electrical wires. Wire cutter. Open the cutter jaws. Place the cable in between the jaws at the selected point for cutting. Grip the handles and squeeze them together, allowing the jaw to cut through the cable with ease. Be careful that energy is not flowing through a cable when cutting. Tweezers. ESD tweezers are hand tools used to grab, handle, or hold small objects or electronic parts which may not be possible to pick up by hand and require precision and skill. The tool mainly used to retrieve tools is also helpful in retrieving things They mainly come in size ranging from about 4 to 9 inches. The outer shell is usually plastic, also higher, and retriever can metal casing and reinforced inner material. Flashlight. To use the flashlight, open the quick settings panel by swiping down from the top of the screen using 2 fingers. Next, tap the flashlight icon to turn the light on or off. Depending on your setup, you may need to swipe left to see the flashlight icon. Let's go with the lint-free gloves. To clean and deodorize surfaces, glassware, and household items, wet a lint-free cleaning cloth with scented vinegar. Then wipe away dirt, stains, germs, and streaks. Compressor. Check maximum pressure rating on compressor parts. Keep shut of valves within reach. Conduct employee training on equipment and display equipment directions. Locate equipment in visible areas. Cable ties. Simply insert the pointed end of the cable into a code which the pointed end of the wire is designed to run through on the class. It will only work one way. Parts organizer. Parts organizer is a tool that all our tools can be replaced there so that we can find them more easily. And last, diagnostic tools. Multimeter. To begin, make sure no current is running through circuit or components you want to test. 1. Switch it. Unplug it from the wall and remove any batteries. Step 2. Plug the probe into COM port on your multimeter. Step 3. Plug the red probe into the Megamount port. Loopback adapter. All you have to do is simply plug the gigabit RJ45 loopback into the jack that you want to test or the one you are suspicious about. If the link LED on your switch is active, it means that the connection is operating perfectly. The RJ45 loopback cable will negate and necessity to carry a bulky network hub around.
Hi everyone, my name is Audrey and I'm Villanueva, grade 7 STE, and I'm here to tell the hardware tools. The first one is ESD tools or electrostatic discharge. Electrostatic discharge is when the static electricity builds up to your body. The connection made by wrist strap, the equipment or ground channels the electricity to the wire that connects the strap. There are two examples of electrostatic discharge. The two examples of electrostatic discharge are anti-static wrist strap and anti-static mat. Anti-static wrist strap is used to prevent ESD damage to the computer equipment. Anti-static mat is used to stand on or place handwear to prevent static electricity building up. Next, we're gonna talk about hand tools. Hand tools is the device for performing work on a material or a physical system using only hands. In hand tools, we have 9 examples. The first one is flathead screwdriver. Flathead screwdriver is used to loosen or tighten slotted screws. The second one is Phillips head screwdriver. Phillips head screwdriver is used to loosen or tighten crosshead screws. The third one is Torx screwdriver. Torx screwdriver is used to loosen or tighten screws that have star-like depression on top. This is mainly found on laptop. The fourth one is hex driver. Hex driver is sometimes called net driver. Hex driver is used to tighten nuts in the same way that screwdriver tightens screws. The fifth one is needle nose plier. Needle nose plier is used to hold small parts. The sixth one is wire cutter. Wire cutter is used to strip and cut wires. The seventh one is tweezers. Tweezers is used to manipulate small parts. The eighth one is part retriever. Part retriever is used to retrieve parts from the location that is small to fit on your hand. And lastly, flashlight. Flashlight is used to light up areas that you cannot see well. And we are done to hand tools, and now let's proceed to cleaning tools. Keeping computers clean inside or outside the computer components. In cleaning tools, we have 4 examples. The first one is lint-free cloth.
Lint-free cloth is used to clean different computer components without scratch or leaving debris. The second one is compressed air. Compressed air is used to blow away dust and debris from different computer parts without touching the components. The third one is cable ties. Cable ties is used to bundle cables neatly inside or outside the computer. The fourth one is part organizer. Part organizer is used to hold screws, jumpers, fasteners, and other small parts to prevent them not to get mixed together. And lastly, we have diagnostic tools. Computers are easily to use and more dependable with each generation of hardware and operating system update. In diagnostic tools, we have two examples. The two examples of diagnostic tools is multimeter and loop-back adapter. Multimeter is used to test the integrity of circuits and the quality of electricity of the computer. And lastly, loop-back adapter. Loop-back adapter is used to test the functionality of computer ports.